There's two ways you can pin it. As you see here, you can go all the way through, put a nut. There's a second way you can pin it, where you just drill a hole about 3/4 of the way through the rod, and you just put your machine screw in there. They don't say anything about tapping it, but I went ahead and bought a tap. I'm going to do this one here, but I'm just going to tap it. They also say to add some JB Weld to the machine screws. I bought stainless screws, but regardless, with tapping it, I don't think I would need it, but I'm going to do it anyways, just as an extra, precaution, so nothing comes apart. So you have your drill bit here that comes with your tap. I put a little piece of tape just to kind of mark where I need it. I'm going to go a little bit past the length of the screw here, just to make sure that the screw will go in far enough, to have a little bit of room behind the screw. It's going to be a little deeper than we need, but this will work. Now we'll change that out for the tap. Now this is a hand tap, so shouldn't really be using it in the drill, but I can't find my hand tap, so I just go real slow with it. I've already done about 5 connections. It's worked good so far. You should probably try to use a hand tap if that's the one you get, just so you don't break the tap. And back it out a little bit because it seems like it's getting tight, and then we'll go back in. It should go in a little further. You want to run that tap in real slow so you don't break the tap. Also, the drill bit's real thin, so you don't want to break that. And we shouldn't have a problem here. You should go right in.
Happy birthday.
No issue there. There you go. So that last part we did was the handle. This will be the next piece that goes below the handle. These are 12-foot stakeout poles. So as you can see, this is threaded right here, this hole. What you want to do is you want to butt it up tight like that, and you can either mark with your finger, use a Sharpie, you can measure this portion with the tape measure, however you want to do it. I'm just going to mark it with my finger. So about right there is where the threads are going to stop. So what you would want to do then is you would just want to maybe come up 1/4 of an inch or so, maybe right about there, and double check if you want real quick. Oh yeah, we're plenty past about a 1/2 inch. Beat it out, try to get some of the debris out. Switch over to our tap. Alright, so we switched over to our tap. We're going to tap it nice and slow. Gets tight, back it out a little bit. use a drill, you want to take it nice and slow so you don't snap the screw off. You really should be using probably a screwdriver. I'm just doing this for the video so it doesn't take super long. Nice and tight. Another one down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some JB cold weld to each screw that goes into the stainless steel couplings. I'll just show you one, and then I think from there it's pretty self-explanatory. Just take this and mix it up. You want to, when you mix this two-part, you want to make sure it's gray. You don't have any white or any black. And as you saw me stretch it out side by side, you want to try to get an even amount of both. That way you don't have too much hardener or not enough hardener. So all I'm going to do is take this, roll it in there a little bit. Take my piece, hand start it like that. Just screw it in and let it sit. It takes a full 24 hours for it to cure completely. That's it. So I'm going to do the top of this handle a little different. You can see it's plastic. I'm still going to stick a 632 screw through it, but it's going to be 1.5 inches, 632 by 1.5 inches with 632 nuts and number 6 lock washer. So what we'll do is still take our tap bit, run it all the way through. Run it through on this side. What I'm going to do, I'm still going to use the tap. So I'm still going to use the tap just to open that up. Still use the tap just to open that up a little bigger. Now we'll take one of our 1.5 inch 632s. Run it through. Take our number 6 lock ring there. As you can see, it's kind of split right here in the middle. We're going to put our 632 nut on. What that split's going to do is when this tightens down, that split will come together and be even, and that lock ring will be flat. So I'm just going to hold my finger here. I'm going to take my Kleins, tighten that down. You may have to use a screwdriver over on the other end. We'll see here in a minute. I think that's going to be good. It's probably going to be tough to see, but it's flat in there. And then you got this little access. You can trim it off. I'll do that later. Alright, so the way that I'm going to support my stakeout poles, I got a 4-inch boat cleat, which is here. It's got 4 screws. You just drill your holes, mount your screws. These were like 1/4-inch galvanized screws. So what I picked up next was one of these quick links, kind of like a carabiner, I guess, in a way. Maybe like a link in a chain, more or less. That'll tighten up like that. And then I got the anchor shackle. Here, So pretty much the way this works is tighten that down, and then your anchor shackle will go on like this. I thought maybe this might be an issue with this not tightening up as well by hand, but I can tell you what, once you tighten that thing down by hand, at least I can't get it off. So I'll show you real quick how this works using one of the shorter pieces. I'm in my garage, so obviously I'm not gonna be able to get a full 12-foot piece to show you guys. So this would kind of go in like that. We would have the handle on top here. This would come down, and it would either catch here or catch the handle and stop it from falling all the way through and losing your anchor pole. So for the quick length, the length that I used was 3 inches, and we got about 5/8 wide inside diameter. The anchor shackle is 1 inch in width at its widest point. Trout season's coming up next month in March 8th. So we'll be testing it out then. Stay tuned so you can see it.